February will always be associated with love due to Valentine's Day, and some bands out there did not get their point across. Whether it's love, lust, or just being disgusting, these are the top 10 worst love songs in rock. A few years back, I made a video on the best love songs in rock. If you want to check that out, the link is in the video description and YouTube card. Keep in mind that YouTube bots ate some of the video and the audio is missing in one song clip. Thanks, YouTube! Some rules for the list. Number 1, song has to be considered rock, alternative metal, soft rock, hair metal, something that can be classified in rock subgenres. Number 2, only one artist per entry, because some bands have more than one awful love song, and this rule increases variety. Number 3, the list mostly is based on lyrics and meaning. That's the main decider. Music can be good, but the messages usually suck, and that's what gets the song on the list. And number 4, it's just a list. Don't take it too serious, like 99% of other YouTube commenters do. Also, I have one honorable mention. Jimmy Buffett's Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw. Can't consider this rock as it's too country, but yeah, this exists. It's as classy as it sounds. Thanks for watching. Let's look at some bad love songs. Hope you're ready for a lot of hair metal. Number 10. I'm pretty sure if there's one band from the 80s that had more love interests and women throwing themselves at them than anyone, it was Poison. That's really what the band was put together for, and in a 4-minute slow love ballad, Every Rose Has Its Thorn, you get to hear the ladies' man himself, Bret Michaels, groan on about the woes of romance. It's about being left behind and realizing that a relationship would just never work out. The ladies moved on, and all you are left with is your 80s hair. Poison has their hits, but this is arguably their most well-known track. Why? It moves at a snail's pace. And with all the other music going on in the 80s, not even just glam metal, Every Rose Has Its Thorn is the one the genre is capitalized with. Repeated acoustic guitar chords and it hits all the cliches of the late 80s. It's boring. That's it. Glam metal is supposed to be about flash and dazzle. This isn't even exciting enough to be grocery core music. I do think breakup songs count as love songs, and I'm also not saying Poison was void of any talent. But this track should not have been a standout in the 80s, considering it sounds like a lame track to a montage on Full House or Hallmark when a woman is sad after a breakup. I'm sure Poison didn't mind though, especially Bret Michaels. He really was swimming in an ocean of women who threw themselves at him. Every hair metal band back then focused on their look first and love and lyrics second, and every rose has its thorn. That's so cliche and lame, it's hard to take serious. Every rose has its thorn. Number 9. Back in 1990, Extreme proved they were anything but extreme with a boatload of la-di-das and more than words. This is another example of a song on surface not being poorly performed or sang on a technical level, but I can't stress enough the message of this track could be accomplished in 30 seconds. More Than Words was a giant departure for Extreme from their standard style, and oddly enough, it was their breakout hit and would get Gary Cherone into the spotlight. But when you read through these lyrics, it's the same thing over and over, beyond repetition in fact. Stop talking and show me you love me with action. La-di-da-di-da. Hard to take that serious when you yourself won't stop talking. It's not a traditional love song, I'll give it that, but this just goes on forever. It was everywhere back in the day, charted like crazy, certified gold, shot up to number 1 on Billboard's Hot 100, and it's by a band called Extreme. This love song makes me want to take a nap. Show me your love with your actions because words don't mean enough, which I will prove by singing a song using my words. What in the world? Extreme have talent, but this one-time acoustic ballad that won awards and made people cry is what the band's known for. That's not extreme at all, or romantic. Honestly, telling your partner, stop saying you love me and show me, isn't that sweet. Extremely cheesy. The late 80s and through 91 really had a ton of this stuff. I'm surprised Gen X didn't all turn out to be lactose intolerant. The next entry on the list is going to get me a lot of hate, but yeah, when you break down the lyrics, I don't see any argument. Number 8. Red Hot Chili Peppers are capable of capturing a listener on an emotional level and also able to blend many styles from funk to stadium rock. And don't think I hate the band, but that does not mean every word out of Anthony Kiedis' mouth is meant to be held near and dear. In fact, there are a lot more gibberish in their songs than people realize, including in his love song, Suck My Kiss. Yeah, even the title is a little off. I can like an album like Blood Sugar Sex Magik all I want, and I get the diehard Red Hot Chili Pepper fans out there are going to be writing hate mail in the comment section, but I assure you, Chicka Chicka Dee, Do Me Like a Banshee is not poetry. When you really look at all the lyrics and try to sing along, the ones that aren't repeated on loop, yeah, this is really stupid. I mean, I love the bass and funk in it, but, I can't get over Little Bo Peep. I just can't. The lyrics are borderline drunk ramblings about a man aggressively trying to get a girl into him. I know it's about the physical side of love, and that's as much as anyone could get out of this before the Chicka Chicka Dee part. Blood Sugar Sex Magik is one of Red Hot Chili Peppers' best albums for sure, and it is a staple of early 90s that wasn't grunge. I just wish a song with this good of a rhythm had better lyrics than whatever word salad was thrown out here in the attempt of Anthony Kiedis trying to be perverted and offering to steal for a girl and getting well done and curtsies and... What in the world's going on here? I don't get it. Does it work as a song if you ignore the lyrics? Yeah, absolutely. It's great. Does it work as a love song? Sweet mercy, no. Leave Little Bo Peep alone, you monster. Number 7. I told you there'd be a lot of hair metal and glam on the list. Warrant actually are quite talented in their craft, but the song they spent the least amount of time on made them the most successful, and it's a pretty dumb and oddly graphic love song. It definitely counts under the terms because it's about being so in love that you're swinging everywhere you can find with some... unfortunate terminology. I do cut Warrant a little slack because they didn't even like the song when they wrote it in 15 minutes on a pizza box and greatly regretted it later, but wow, is this just a list of places a couple got it on until they ran into the girl's dad, and while applying adjectives like stinky, filthy, and rotten, and more to the lovely woman. Oh my gosh, this song is all kinds of wrong. Another example of the music behind the lyrics not being a problem, rather everything being said, and the subtext, awkward references, repeated terminology that would make Urban Dictionary laugh. Yeah, this wasn't all thought out that well. Love is a lot of things, but talking about a girl in an over-sexualized way by comparing a woman's nether regions to sweet cherry pie, not a song to sing to your lover on Valentine's Day. Cherry Pie is a song that has not aged well, and was the death of hair metal in 1990 in my opinion, before grunge had to come in and look clean in comparison. Swinging everywhere you can find, including the front porch and having the girl's dad walk in. Yeah, he doesn't care how much you love sweet cherry pie. Ugh. Notice, I'm being extremely PG with my explanation of this song. If you want another look at this track, Crash Thompson has a great look at the song also. Here's a clip. The day the world started singing along with dirty, rotten, filthy, stinky. I feel like that's the day hair metal truly went too far. And it's also the day that a lot of ladies should have started filing restraining orders against any idiots singing that to her. Number 6. There have been many songs named after a loved one as a dedication. How about a love song named after a woman that doesn't actually exist but is just a random name? Yeah, Europe's big power ballad from the late 80s hit the charts big, and it turns out there was no woman named Carrie that they knew of. It was just a name to sing while talking about breaking up and moving on to find another love. Coulda fooled me with being real considering how much the name is wailed out through 4.5 minutes. I could deal with the hair metal cheese if this song wasn't minutes on end of a Swedish band being melodramatic about moving on to find love while screaming out the name Carrie to what can only be described as the music heard during sad benders at an 80s bar while this blasts on a dirty jukebox. Why, Carrie? Why? Kind of takes the emotional attachment out of the song though when you know it wasn't sincere. Just some men with big hair saying a random name while tugging on random heartstrings in the name of love and broken hearts. Bunch of big hair jerks.
I always thought Europe was a little bit too over the top and ridiculous in the genre as it was, but when you add the whole cliche ballad about a woman who doesn't exist just to sing randomly, it's like they played their hair metal culture really well. Seriously, the song was a big hit for the band. I just can't help but feel bad for girls named Carrie back then in the 80s who had this song shouted at them in vain. I mean, they already had to deal with the movie, you know? They don't need this song, too.
Europe weren't exactly lyrical geniuses, and the music has not aged well, but I can't deny they really nailed their shot in the 80s with sounding exactly how the rock scene wanted, by screaming the name Carrie for no good reason. Number 5.
I'm not crazy. You're perfectly perfect to me.
Some of you probably figured the teenage pandering pop-punk hacks might have had a love song or two in their arsenal, but it wasn't until much later in their career that the group made one of the lamest, laziest, most pathetic examples of writing I've heard in pop-punk, and that's saying a lot. On the band's 2016 album Take One for the Team, the at the time late 30-year-olds in Simple Plan aimed at teenagers again to give them a relatable love song. That's not me exaggerating either. The band members that were in their late 30s are now in their 40s and are responsible for writing rejected Hallmark Channel level garbage to a 4-chord song in an attempt to be deep and expressive. I'm not kidding when I say that every lyric line could have been sampled by going to a grocery store, going to the greeting card session, copying a line from each card, and singing them out loud. Poorly singing them, I might add. These are just some of the lines from the song. I mean, come on, the little Valentine's cards in grade school had stuff like this written on it. It's awful, and I think it'd be funnier if it wasn't meant to be serious.
If a 12-year-old boy wrote this for his 12-year-old girlfriend, I'd probably think it's adorable. When men in their late 30s write this, it makes me realize the education system in Canada really did not help these man-children. How much pandering do you have to rely on to trick young people into thinking you're deep? This isn't even cheesy romantic schlock. It's... I don't even know.
The music is bad, the vocals are terrible, the lyrics speak for themselves. For someone who's apologized for not being perfect, you proved you weren't when you wrote the song Perfectly Perfect. Also, wow, the song title is stupid too. How did this band get so big?
You're perfectly perfect to me.
Number 4. You know what's not romantic? Talking with an ex on the phone literally a minute after being in bed with your current girlfriend. If you saw my Regretting the Past episode several years ago on these guys, and specifically the album this song is on, then you probably knew something from Hinder was coming. I mean, how could it not make the list? Just the lyric content alone. It's a song about planning on cheating with a girl while the original girl you're with is lying in your bed in the next room. I don't know who I dislike more in this situation. The ex-girlfriend calling up a man who she knows is in a relationship, or the man wanting to cheat while his current girlfriend is in the other room. Okay, wait. If the guy is in the band Hinder, then yeah, I dislike the guy more. Music-wise, the song never dares elevate in volume and just flatlines while Austin Winkler sounds like he just got done running track. I swear Austin is an asthmatic. I can tell when someone is out of breath, and in this song, it sounds like that man is struggling to get every single word out. Not that all these words should have gotten out in the first place.
Ladies, if a man ever tries to win you over by singing this song to you, it means he already is in a relationship or has no problem cheating on you later. Also, if a man ever tries to sing Hinder at you and be serious with it, try not to break a rib laughing.
I get that there are Hinder fans out there, both with or without Austin, but romance is not something you should be associating with Hinder. I really hope people understand that. Number 3. Bad Girlfriend is a legitimate love song from a man to his girlfriend and eventual wife. This is meant to be romantic. I wish I was making that up. This song by Tyler Connolly of Theory of a Dead Man, or Theory, or whatever, who cares about him, was even partially written by said romantic partner Christine Danielle. It's a love song about how Connolly met his future ex-wife at a bar, how she was wild and out of control, and then in the song, Tyler called her a gold digger and how she's the future ex-Miss Connolly. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he called his shot. That's exactly what happened. They got divorced later, so way to stick to what you're singing about? Tyler Connolly sucks. Bad guitar riffs, bad voice, ugh. It's not full-on smut rock, as it's just describing a party girl, and it's vague enough at first to be addressed to any truck stop stripper, but then he makes it super personal and awkward. It's slightly degrading, slightly objective, and extremely stupid. Can you feel the love in the air, though? This song was supposed to be a love track.
I can't stress enough the theory of a dead man or theory is made for the lowest common denominator of rock fans. Brain dead butt rock. There is an audience for that, though, including Connolly's ex-wife, who came up with the opening line, "My girlfriend's a dick magnet." She wrote that about herself. This was a couple perfect for each other, but somehow still too stupid to last. Also, this song is awful and love is gross, apparently.
Ladies, if a guy in a crappy butt rock band asks you to write a song about yourself and your relationship with the man, maybe class yourself up a little bit better in the lyrics. Or just don't date Tyler Connolly. Number 2. The softest of soft rock still counts on the list, and I know I'm going to upset a lot of the ladies out there with ripping apart their heartthrob, but I stand by this entry. Let me just start out by saying John Mayer is an exceptional guitarist. Can't take that away from the guy. As a singer, he is not exactly Mr. Excitement with that weird vocal delivery and a softer, quieter Dave Matthews almost sound. Then pair that soft voice with some of these lyrics. Ew. Some of this is beyond garbage. It's as if a little kid tried to find words that sounded nice in what they think romance is. But wow, it misses the mark. I mean, geez, this guy is less of a gentleman and more of a creep. Even if you like John Mayer, these lyrics about trying to be intimate doesn't exactly scream romantic. The way he's describing a woman and discovering her in the real world, a woman should be horrified by that. Your Body is a Wonderland was played all over Top 40 and alternative stations and charted well along with that. If the music was at least exciting, it would be okay, but the guitar is basic and played louder than Mayer's whisper vocals, and the lyrics sound like the creepy kid writing his first Valentine.
I cannot be the only one who thinks telling a woman her body is a wonderland sounds creepy, right? Please tell me I'm not the only one. And then lowly whispering over a guitar about how he was discovering her with her bubblegum tongue. How did this win people over? Because he looks harmless and can play a guitar? Listen to what he's saying!
A man that took his pop rock and soft rock to the hearts of ladies everywhere and potentially haunted a few nightmares. Ew.
Before we get to the worst love song ever, please hit the like button below if you've been enjoying this video so far. It helps the video and channel out a ton. Thank you. Alright, based on the criteria, what's the worst love rock song of all time?
Number 1. Yep, we're going there. Winger, you might be rock and metal royalty back in the day, but sweet mercy, you had to have known back then that this was messed up. Something in the back of the band's minds must have told them 17 could come back to haunt them. This song charted on Billboard's Hot 100, so apparently everyone in 1988 was messed up. Kip Winger's defense is that he didn't know at the time it was illegal to have sex with a 17-year-old. He also clarified he's never had sex with a 17-year-old after he turned 21. Let that settle in. That was his defense. I debated reading some of these lyrics out loud for the video, but then thought better of it because I don't want my voice being tied to some of this, especially the chorus. I get that music is solid enough behind the lyrics, and VH1 even named this one of the best hard rock songs of all time. But guys, this isn't even that great by 80s and hair metal standards. It's just not. Also, ew! Winger is still around too, still blasting the classic high school junior age love song to anyone at state fairs and concert cruises.
I get that there's going to be a lot of older Gen X and Boomer viewers very upset that I dare put Winger on this list. But yeah, 17 is creepy, and the fact that it's a love song is horrifying. I don't care how killer a guitar solo is. If the guitar riffs are used to talk about how you want to get with a significantly younger girl, then for the love of God, stop writing that song. Also see a therapist.
Winger, 17. Still surprised this song isn't called out more for what it is. Love is gross. I don't know how to end this video. Ugh. And that was a look at some of the worst love songs in rock, metal, alternative, whatever. I'm creeped out now. Ew. Big thanks to my patrons and a special thanks to Brandon Barenfeld, Chris Stoneman, McKenna White, and Dom Noble. You can have a say in upcoming videos and see videos early by supporting Rocked on Patreon. Please click the link on the video description for more info on helping the channel. Please subscribe and ring the bell to get notified on upcoming videos. You can check out my concert photography on Instagram, and you can keep up to date with Rocked on Facebook and Twitter.